Hey there folks, Ash here with the review of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Issue 55, and this is the finale of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic, and there's a lot to talk about with this comic because the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger comic book is coming to an end. But it's also setting up the sequel we'll be getting next month called Mighty Morphin, and that's what this comic does. It doesn't come to a conclusion saying, thank you for the 55 issue run. It's setting up for a sequel, a reboot we're getting next month, which we've all heard about, and holy crap, does this set up what Ryan's done with this comic. So let's talk about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Issue 55, Second Chance. So, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Issue 55 picks up where we last left off with Issue 53, where the MMPR team was facing off with the Dark Rangers, and Lord Zed had summoned in the TerrorZords. And the TerrorZords are not to be fucked with. These are really, really powerful Zords. These things are really cool looking designs, like something straight out of Bloodborne or Dark Souls or something like that. Like, I don't know the mythos of these creatures, but they are something straight out of hell, and I really, really love their designs. And these things are powerful because these are just making short work of the ThunderZords, knocking them around, taking care of them like they're nothing. Like, things aren't looking good for the Rangers as they come across the TerrorZords, because these TerrorZords are freaking powerful. And because the Rangers are getting smacked around, Billy has to contact Grace with their special plan called Green Protocol, which, if you've been keeping up with the whole Billy and Grace thing, you know they've had a plan for a brand new Green Ranger for the longest time, and that's what we sort of dive deeper into with this issue, trying to figure out who the brand new Green Ranger is. And we'll get to that in a bit, because I've got a lot of questions and speculation on who the brand new Green Ranger is. Like, we kind of know who it is, but the comic leaves it ambiguous, trying to figure out who the new Green Ranger is. So, the Rangers are getting smacked around by the TerrorZords, and the TerrorZords fuse together into the Mega TerrorZord, and this design looks freaking crazy. This is something straight out of hell. This is a freaking Bloodborne boss or a Dark Souls boss with this design. I love it. It is just nightmare fuel when you look at it. Like, I love this design, and I hope we see more of it later down the line, because this thing looks terrifying. I mean, just look at it. So, to combat the Terror Megazord, the Rangers form the Tiger Megazord, and Rocky enters the Dragon Battle Zord. I can't remember what it's called, but the Thunder Megazord battle mode with his Red Ranger. I forgot what it's called. But they have a 2-on-1 fight against the Terror Megazord. And even with 2 against 1, this thing is able to, knock around the Mega Tigerzord like it's nothing. And even Rocky struggles to fight this thing one-on-one. Like, it decimates the Rangers in this fight. Like, if the Rangers didn't get assistance while this was going on, they would have been destroyed by the Mega TerrorZord, because the frickin' Dark Rangers and the TerrorZord, they might not have as much experience as the Rangers, which Billy brings up in this issue, but they have power over experience, and that raw strength is almost enough to destroy the Rangers in this battle, and this was probably going to be the end for them if they weren't saved in this issue. So meanwhile, back at the command center, Zordon and Alpha are watching the battle, and Zordon realizes that the Rangers are pretty much in deep shit right now. They are going to get destroyed, and they need all the help they can get. So he sends out a long-range communication out in the space to contact the Omega Rangers, because right now they're heading back to Earth to see what the heck is going on with what they experienced in issue 54 with the Imperials. So I was thinking that the Mighty Morphin team would get saved again by the Omega Rangers in this issue, but that's clearly not the case, because the Omega Rangers are getting set up for their own thing in their spin-off comic, but this one mostly focuses on the Mighty Morphin team, which I really do like about that, because we've had different issues jumping around focusing on the different team, and this one is mostly solely focused on the Mighty Morphin team, so I like that a lot. So while this is all going on, Grace Sterling is underneath the command center, well, in the prison area of the command center, talking to Lord Draken, and the two have a back and forth. And Grace basically gives Draken an ultimatum saying, hey, you're a nobody, you don't even have a legacy anymore, people have forgotten about you, no one knows what you did, and even if the people can remember, can you even remember who those people were? So Grace says, here's when you're going to have two choices. You can either rot away in the cell, or you can make something of yourself and give yourself a second chance, a redemption. What are you going to do? And that's where the panel ends, and it's sort of left ambiguous and unknowingly what choice Lord Draken made. But if you read the issue, and you can kind of predict who the brand new Green Ranger might be, you can kind of guess what choice Lord Draken made, unless we're thrown for a curveball in this issue. So after that, we then cut back to outside in the city, and the Rangers look like they're going to lose to the Dark Rangers. Like, Lord Zed's making his big speech saying, hurry up and finish him off, we've won this. And then out of nowhere, as he's making his big villainous speech, the brand new Green Ranger appears out of nowhere and attacks Lord Zed, and it's an awesomely drawn panel. Like, you've got the Green Ranger launching him over him, Lord Zed's in shock, and I can understand why Lord Zed is in shock about this, because he's the one that destroyed the Green Ranger powers. He took him away from Tommy, like, way back in Go-Go, and in the early parts of Season 2, so he's probably surprised and confused just as much as we are, seeing another Green Ranger on the scene. So Lord Zed and the brand new Green Ranger get into a fight, and Lord Zed gets his shit stomped in by the all-new Green Ranger. Now, they do appear evenly matched at first, but Lord Zed does get the crap kicked out of him, and the fight ends with the green chaos crystal energy being destroyed, making this massive shockwave in the city that depowers the Dark Rangers, taking their powers away from them. So pretty much the day is saved, and the Rangers are bailed out by this brand new Green Ranger, whoever it might be. So the final 2 pages of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Issue 55 sets up for the future comic we'll be getting next month, Mighty Morphin Issue number 1, because Lord Zed is destroyed. He's not destroyed, but he's out of energy, because it ends with him just teleporting out of the area and just collapsing in front of his throne. Also, we've got another plot point set up, and that is Putty Rita escape. Like, Putty Rita got out of there as quick as they can, and they're roaming the streets of Angel Grove. So that sets up Putty Rita being out somewhere in the Power Rangers comic, like, universe. So that's setting up something as well. Like, no one really knows where they went as well. So wherever this brand new Rita went, no one knows. So that's really awesome as well. So it's setting up for so many things for the future comic we'll be getting in next month. And that's what I really like. Like, Ryan left so many plot threads open for the sequel comic, and that's what I'm excited about to read next month when Mighty Morphin launches, like, next month. Like, Ryan is setting up for so many things, like, so many things he's setting up, and that's what I love about it. So the final page ends with Grace Sterling and the brand new Green Ranger talking at Promethea, and this is like the biggest tease Ryan does in this comic, because we don't get the reveal of the brand new Green Ranger, and that's what everyone was speculating. I think that's what all the press was teasing. A lot of the reviewers who got like early copies were teasing. Like, a lot of people were teasing the brand new reveal of the all new Green Ranger, and we'll get into that in a bit. So the final page ends with Grace Sterling saying, hey, you're my new Green Ranger. If you're going to work with me, there's going to be a few team rules we're going to have to follow. If you break them, you're going to pay for it, but I'm sure we'll get along just fine, and we'll get exactly what we want. And then the final 2 panels is the brand new Green Ranger taking off their helmet, but you don't see who it is. Like, you don't even know who took off their helmet, so it's left as a big mystery who this brand new Green Ranger is, and that's what I love about the cliffhanger, because it says to be continued in Mighty Morphin number 1, so it's setting up for the brand new relaunch comic we're getting next month, but it leaves the mystery open to the viewers to keep reading to find out who this brand new Green Ranger is. So I love that setup and build up we're getting towards the brand new comic. But anyway folks, that's my review of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Issue 55, A Second Chance. Overall, I think it's a really good solid issue, and I love the tease of who the brand new Green Ranger is, because I think we all thought we would get the reveal in this issue, but the fact that they're hiding it for just a little bit longer makes the tease even more sweeter, so I can't wait to start reading Mighty Morphin next month. But before I wrap up this video, I've been reviewing these Power Ranger comics ever since the Shattered Grid Prelude, and it's been one crazy hell of a ride, and I want to thank everyone who's been watching these reviews, whether you're brand new, whether you've been there since the beginning, since the Shattered Grid preview. I want to thank you guys for watching my content and sticking around. You guys mean a lot to me because you guys made this channel happen, and if I didn't start reviewing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Shattered Grid the Prelude, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here without you guys, so thank you so much for watching my content and sticking around if you've stuck around for this long. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up the video now, and definitely subscribe and hit the like button and tune in for more Power Rangers content, because when Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers launch next month, it's going to be one crazy hell of a ride, covering it with brand new theories and speculations and everything going on. So with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, and I'll see you guys around.